Okay, so I recognize this video definitely isn't needed, and there's probably no call for this video. However, I've been encountering this person yet again on some of my videos, and he showed back up yet again to bother some of my friends, especially Damien Skyfire. Damien did a video on this less than a week ago. If you want to go check it out, I believe the title is Why There's No Moral High Ground when it comes to, I think, pedophilia or something like that. I forget the exact title, but that's the general, I think, yeah, gist of it. And it's discussing, Mattis and Michael Helms and, those people of those ilk showing back up again because they have been. And really, why I wanted, one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing this is because I just want to point out some hypocrisy. Now, I did a video on Mattis, I think earlier this year, well, not earlier this year, I guess last year at this point. Time I lose track of time if you couldn't tell. But no, I did a video on Mattis sometime last year, I think earlier on last year, where I was basically calling out the fact that, that they keep showing back up and stuff, and it's pretty annoying at this point. And, what I find hypocritical is that Mattis and Helms and people like that are wanting to cry about harassment and bullying and slander and stuff like that when Mattis is the one who keeps showing back up on my videos, on Damien's videos, on Gage's videos, and making fucking comments here and there about how, still having a cry about how we haven't read his sources or how we're, being disingenuous or dishonest, how we're straw manning his arguments when he's the one that keeps moving the goalposts and stuff. So, I don't even really know what he's arguing for at this point. He's the one that is always having, mixed premises and mixed messages and stuff. Or, talking about let's have an actual, discussion or debate or argument or something. When, that was offered to him from the very beginning when he showed up, 4.5 years ago. And then he didn't want to do that, but, now he keeps coming back and wanting some sort of debate or argument. And then he got that opportunity with Gage and proceeded to completely embarrass himself. But I guess he just can't get over that and just wants to keep coming back. The hypocrisy is that, myself and my friends have tried to move on from this topic, have tried to move on from you, and yet you keep showing back up and bothering us about this shit. Mattis, if you want us to just, if you want us to leave you alone, if you want us to stop talking about you publicly and telling the truth publicly about you, all you have to do is leave us alone and just fuck off from our videos and our channels and our lives and just go about yours. If you did that, then we wouldn't make videos about you, we wouldn't talk about you, we wouldn't be making comments regarding you or anything like that. But you're the one that keeps showing back up and deciding to harass us about having a fucking conversation. What is there to have a conversation about at this point? I mean, you stand where you stand, wherever it is that you stand, because at one point you were arguing that that child-adult sexual encounters or relationships or whatever are a thing because there can be informed consent. But now you're saying that you're only advocating for non-offending pedophiles. So again, you have like I said, you have mixed premises. You move the goalpost time and time again, and so I don't even know exactly what it is that you believe in exactly at this point, or what your friends believe in, what your friend Helms there believes in. And then you also, not you, but maybe it was both you and Helms, but Damien told me that Helms tried to flag down one of his videos. Again, with that harassment, if you guys would just leave us be, then we wouldn't, bother to talk about you guys. Like I said, we've only been trying to move on from all this shit. But you try to flag down one of Damien's videos, and then what happens is Damien goes to Helms' profile and starts calling him the fuck out about it. And then Mattis, you unblock Damien because you want to take the piss out of him or whatever, as if. only to make a fool out of yourself once again. And by the way, you decided to unblock Damien and unleash whatever you had coming to you, coming to you. So that's on you. And I called you the fuck out. Like, I called you the fuck out. You came onto one of my videos and you made some comment about, having an actual discussion and reading your sources, whatever the fuck it said. And I called you the fuck out and I said, just remember, the next time you want to cry about harassment, just remember that you're the one that's showing up on my videos after all this time, once again, bothering me about this shit, not the other way around. And when I did that, you deleted your fucking comment, because you know I'm fucking right, because you know you're the one that's harassing us, not the other way around. And the funny thing is, to me, about you guys, is that you want to act like the burden of proof is on us. You act as if the burden of proof is on us to prove to you guys why pedophilia is wrong, why children can't consent. But then again, you claim to not be advocating for that at all. You're just advocating for not offending pedophiles. And I'm sure that you'll show up on this video and you'll try to say that that's not what I'm advocating for. You don't understand what I'm advocating. Well, maybe have a clear fucking, argument, view, focus, whatever the fuck that is. But regardless, you have argued in favor of pedophilia and the fact that kids can, that informed consent is a thing, and that therefore kids actually can consent to child sex play or whatever you fucking call it. Whatever. You've argued that in the past, whether you want to admit it or deny it. And you want to act as though, again, that the burden of proof is on myself or Damien or Gage or anyone else and not on yourself, because you guys are the one that's arguing against consensus. The consensus is that pedophilia is wrong, that children cannot consent to that for a number of different reasons, because they are not cognitively developed. They would not understand the ramifications and possible consequences of taking part in an action like that. If you want to talk about the physical aspect, they're physically underdeveloped. Their brains, and this goes into the cognitive thing, but their brains are nowhere near done being developed. We're not even done developing, like, mentally until we're, 25, 26? But you want to argue that a 6, 7-year-old can, somehow be informed on that stuff and therefore consent? But I don't want to get too far into that, because then that would just be going down, the rabbit hole that Mattis wants me to go down. The point is that you guys really just need to fuck off and leave us alone. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to argue about. We know that you guys have this, this sick perversion about you, and that you want to, argue this stuff and believe in this stuff and think that your points are legitimate about this stuff, And that's fine. You can live in your own little fantasy world, and you can pretend like that the burden of proof is still on us after all this time. You're never going to get anywhere. Pedophiles will always be looked down upon. They'll always be, the subject of, scorn, mockery, ridicule, and worse, as they should be. And it shouldn't even have to be said, but yeah, children shouldn't be taken advantage of. Children can't consent, and, children should be children. Let kids be fucking kids. Let them keep their innocence. Stay the fuck away from them. Okay, I don't care, I just leave kids alone. That's what it comes down to. Sick, twisted fucks. Just leave kids alone. I know that I'm getting jumbled here, but it's ridiculous. It's really, really obnoxious after all this time to keep having to say the same things over and over and over again. Stuff that should be obvious to anyone, regardless of what your beliefs are. Most people can agree on this topic. And to have to say it over and over again is just really exhausting. It's pretty annoying. So what should be the obvious. So again, Mattis and your little friend there, fuck off. Like, fuck off. If you fuck off, then we'll fuck off. It's that simple. You're being a fucking hypocrite. Again, you guys are the ones that keep coming back and harassing us and bothering us with this stuff when all we want to do is move on with our lives, and you won't allow that to happen because you keep coming back to our videos and commenting or leaving replies to comment chains that, have, concluded a long time ago. Like on my Hunter Avalon video, you decided to come back and start randomly going back and forth with Damien again. I don't know if you just don't, if you're really lacking for a life or something, but you really just need to just piss off from my videos and Damien's videos and Gage's videos. If you fuck off, then we won't make any more videos, but if you keep harassing us, then we'll keep making videos telling the truth. So, yeah, that's how it's going to go. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, stop false flagging Damien's videos and all of our videos when all we're doing is just telling it how it is and telling the truth. I mean, it's not our fault that you keep harassing us and then you get pissed off because we're telling the truth in public. You're just bringing that on yourself at this point, and you've been bringing it on yourself from the very beginning. So, have a little bitch fit about us not reading your sources properly or whatever. Just fuck off at this point. I think that's about it. That's all I really need to say. So, again, I know this video probably wasn't necessary, but it's more for catharsis than anything, and just to point out the major hypocrisy here. So, anyways, you guys have a good day, whatever time of day it is for you, and that's going to be it for this one. So, peace, and have a good day.